Hey there, fans of Brotherly Love Wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, Brotherly Love Wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome everybody to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
That's gonna make the show, right?
What's gonna make
the
intro?
The interlude?
Usually the intro makes the show. This is the Essential series, and today we're talking about the Essential DX. And considering it's been 25 years coming up on October 10th, Monday Night Raw, 2 weeks away.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
We're playing this out perfectly. Dude, I didn't even know that.
That's horrible because I thought that's the exact reason you told me that.
No, this was all just a lucky guess.
Wow, you are really lucky.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty good.
25 years ago, the invention of DX, and they're celebrating it on October 10th.
I am very impressed with myself.
Yeah, you got very lucky.
Fell over backwards in the gold.
So, we'll do the Essential series as we always do. 5.
Hold on, wait.
You get the top 3. I get 2.
I think it would be better if you take 3 and I take 2. Remember, you are more versed in this topic than I am.
In that era? Okay.
But I was on the other side.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. So this is why I should always take the WCW, and I think I did get 3 NWO.
You did.
This is why.
Okay.
I'm making the quarterback decision. And I'm gonna instead of running an option on 3rd and goal, I'm gonna fucking hand it right up the gut for that.
Okay.
So the reference it again.
Nice.
But before we start,
yeah, you had something else.
I did have something else. I just wanted to cut you off.
Okay.
But do you remember the first time or the most vivid memory that you have of when you said "suck it"? Do you know your first time that you said "suck it," or you told someone to suck it and did the crotch chop? Or do you have a most vivid memory of you doing it? And if you tell me you don't, I'm going to be very upset.
No, I'm trying to go what the earliest I can remember. Because, of course I can remember doing it. I'm trying to think of, like you said, my first memory of, like, how old I was, where I was when I did it. I'm definitely going to say it was in school.
Yeah.
And I went to Catholic school.
So they didn't appreciate that.
No, I don't think it was. It wasn't seen by teachers. It was definitely to another student. So I had 2 or 3 guys in my class that were wrestling fans, and when DX first came out, I remember if the girls would get on our nerves or something, or like they would say something to us, that would be, because we were wrestling fans, that would be it. It was. You know what I mean? It was real quick. It was just, what? Yeah. Like, that would be what you would do all the time. So I want to say, like, yeah, it had to be, 98? So 97. 97. So, yeah, I was 10, almost 11 at that point.
So you were still you were maybe in elementary school?
5th grade?
5th or 6th grade.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Thinking about where I was. 5th grade was probably my most problematic year as far as
It's all because of the attitude era.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as getting in trouble in school, 5th grade was probably my worst grade.
It was fucking DX that did it.
It just happens that DX came out at the same time. So yeah.
So 25 years ago, we were 10.
Yeah, 5th grade. So 5th grade, I remember the teacher, Miss O'Brien. I remember doing this with my buddy
You told the teacher to suck it?
No, we would always do it behind her back. It was Catholic school. If I told my teacher in Catholic school to suck it, I'd be in real trouble. So no, but I guess I would do it. I would say 5th grade.
All right, so let me tell you from the public school side.
That's
how it goes down.
That I feel like that's a lot easier.
Yes, it's a lot easier. So the first memory I have is me and my one friend, because like you, I probably had maybe 2 or 3 people that I knew watched, and they were just my friends that I hung out with all the time.
Yeah, you had no choice because that's all you ever see.
Yeah, so I don't know who all the people that knew it, but me and my buddy did, and we got in trouble, and we told the teacher to suck it.
Oh, see, yeah, I would never have been allowed to watch wrestling ever again if I got caught.
Yeah, see, that's where it differs.
Yeah.
The public school side, you can get away with a lot more. That's my first memory of doing it. The crotch chop and the suck it, and the immediate repercussions afterward.
I remember being in my Catholic school uniform behind my teacher's back, and me and my buddy both doing the suck it. Absolutely in Catholic school uniform for sure, 100%. So 5th grade, yeah. No, man, I never realized that 5th grade. I mean, I knew
5th grade. You thought it was later. You thought you were like 13, 14?
No. I knew 5th grade was always my problematic year when it came to my behavior in school, but I never corresponded.
You never directly correlated it with DX.
I never did.
That's what it was.
Now I have. Yeah.
An epiphany. It's an epiphany show.
Mm.
So
anyway, about DX.
It's a nice walk down memory lane.
It was.
And I could tell when you had the memory in your head, because as you were talking, you went.
I could start to see
I
it
saw
play in my head.
I saw the wheels turning, and then I heard that. I was like, you just remembered something.
So, all right. So the first moment that I'll choose for DX, and that's what we'll do the moments of DX, because it's not really going to go over matches.
No.
The first moment,
although a match could be a moment.
Yeah, it can be. And we literally just watched a little bit to, not on purpose, but to freshen our memory. But the first
so kind of on purpose?
Yeah, a little bit. It's hard.
You have 3 choices.
I know.
But you know what I'm going to pick?
Not really, no. This one for me, as far as you go, is kind of a mystery because you can kind of go anywhere with it. I'm going to go my favorite off the top, but like of all time, because it's a moment in wrestling I don't think I've ever laughed harder. And I mean, belly laughed uncontrollably the entire time. And it's more recent DX. And this was when they came out and they did McMahon and Shane McMahon. And they did the stand back dance and they impersonated Vince and Shane. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life in wrestling because they were so dead on. And it was so fucking good. And they didn't need to be raunchy. It was just legitimately funny and fun to watch. So I'm going to go back to what was it, 06? I think that was that era of DX.
That was the no, not the attitude. That was the
Ruthless Aggression.
Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, and that's when they went up against the Spirit Squad and all that time and all that.
Yeah.
But it was that impersonation for me, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That was like almost the leg end of DX.
It was, but
it was pretty much the leg end of DX.
Still one of the greatest moments.
Like the 4th reincarnation of DX.
Yeah. But there was a lot of great moments in that though. But
that's
that was my
funny
favorite.
Is that how many times did it go away and how many times did it come back? I mean, you know that
more recently it has come back more and more, obviously. But
no, I mean just throughout time, like
that's
it went
what I'm
away
saying.
and it came
Yeah.
back, it went away and it came back.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
It's amazing how long it lasted. Like, because when I think about it, because the true horsemen were before my time.
Yes.
So when I think about factions, I think of the NWO and I think of DX. Those are my first 2 that I always think about. I mean, obviously with history, the horsemen are in there, but it's not honestly like it's only in there for me is because I know the legacy behind the horsemen.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But I didn't live I didn't live the true horseman. I lived the leg end of a really good era of horsemen, but
and everything after that was kind of
a little watered down.
Yeah.
But anyway, freaking NWO and DX for me were the two most revolutionary factions when we were growing up.
Yep.
And because we were growing up, and because we are the people that say your era isn't better than our era.
True.
Because we are that way. Everybody's that way. Your era is not better than our factions. We have the best factions. We had the two groundbreaking, trailblazing factions. No one else did. Fuck those people. You can have it because we had the best. I think one of my favorite, and again, we did just watch it, but I think one of my favorite DX moments, there's a couple that I really think back on. I'm going to say one. I'm going to save it for my next one. That probably wouldn't make it, but it made me laugh.
Okay.
But this one, I think Tyson. I think DX and Tyson is one of my favorite entertaining, like, because it wasn't just a one-off like skit for DX. It started like a whole story, and it was just like, it was cool when it first happened, the whole fucking Michaels Tyson, because you're sitting there, even as a young kid watching it, you're like, Tyson's just gonna whip him. I mean, this can't be real. Why would he do this to Mike? This can't be real. Even when you still have shreds of you that are like, all right, it's still real to me. Like, this still feel like you're just like this point. You're like, oh, well, he's not gonna fight Mike Tyson. Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna. He's not a fucking fighter.
Yeah. And then he rips the shirt and had a DX logo on it.
Yeah, that was great.
Great surprise.
It was great because you wanted to hate it because that's what Austin was like.
See, I was one of the only ones that loved it.
Yes, I know, but I was on.
I didn't hate it.
I was on the other edge of that. I was Austin. I was like, oh, fuck you, and that's really what my thought process was. I was like, oh, fuck you, Shawn Michaels.
That was job well done.
That was but that was always my take on whatever. Michaels was good. When I look back at it, Michaels was very good. Because it was always fuck you, Shawn Michaels. Whatever storyline he was in, when he was that fucking asshole heel, and he played it very well.
Because he really was that.
I don't know if I ever rooted for Marty Jannetty. I think I was on Michaels' side for that. I just didn't like Jannetty enough to be like, fuck you, Michaels. I was just like, all right, maybe you beat up Jannetty. You are the better rocker. That's like Seth. Seth when he broke free from the Shield. He was my favorite Shield member. I was like, go ahead, Seth. I like you. I like you better than Roman and Dean.
Jannetty had nothing to want you to like him.
No,
I mean, he was good.
He was always the second. He was always the second one.
Shawn clearly stood out, which is why that comparison always is the Michaels.
Fucking Jannetty's Garfunkel.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I agree.
Do we name this besides the Essential Series? Can we call it the Essential Series DX and then put in quotations? Garfunkel is Jannetty. Jannetty is Garfunkel.
Now we're working in Ace Ventura. We're working in a Ray Finkel joke.
I got myself.
That's a long ass title.
Oh my god, it's so good. No, the Essential DX. That's very short.
Yeah. I'll put it in the description. I'm not putting it. That's a long title.
Yes, but it gets people intrigued. Garfunkel is Jannetty. Jannetty is Garfunkel.
Anyway,
I don't know how the fuck we always go back to Marty Jannetty.
All right,
I didn't think I was going to be this energetic. Like I played it out in my head. I was like, Larry's going to be real happy about this one. I'll just sit here and nod the whole time. I'll let you discuss. But
how's that going?
It's going great for me.
So, third one, my second pick, and I'm going with the presidential address because it has to be on there.
It's probably the most
as far as the first run, it is iconic? Probably the most iconic. Yes, I agree. The standards and practices, them reading what USA Network
said. Because you really felt it. You really felt like I'm not supposed to be watching, but I am. I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those moments like
you're hilarious.
Like, yeah. But this was again when we were like 10 years old and we got to watch this. Like that's some.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Which a lot of
here's the thing though, but we didn't find it. No one found it offensive. Everyone found it awesome. There were some people like,
I don't know if anyone found it offensive. I mean, our parents. Parents probably found it offensive.
Yeah.
of like
some
parents.
more
Yes.
one side than the other.
Yes.
Like my dad didn't think it was offensive.
Your dad's a wrestling fan, so he kind of sees that. But
he thinks they're assholes. But
parents who are not wrestling fans would find that stuff.
Yes, no, I know, but it's like the first time you're watching, you're like, well, they're not technically saying anything, but I know what they're saying, right? I can imagine what they're saying.
Yeah, and only that at 10 years old, a lot of their jokes would go over your head as well. I mean, that's the other thing. Is that 10 years old, it's not gonna matter.
You can't say the word head.
Okay, I'm going to avoid that.
Just don't.
So your second pick is, you said you were saving it.
We're gonna still. Yeah, I don't know if I want to wait. I feel like it's a waste for the whole.
Let me say you're wasting it, like it's going somewhere.
Yeah. Should I just maybe I'll just say it then. One of my most memorable, like when I think DX, because I thought it was hilarious, is the Triple H and HBK with the windshield wiper fucking things on their face with the Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes,
dude, that's one of my favorite skits. I thought that was hysterical. And it's one of the ones that sticks out the most when I think of, because I remember watching it over and over again. It just so happens it's a great gift now too. But like I just remember watching that skit more than some of the other ones.
Well, and that's the thing, is that not only was it very immature and funny, but I mean, you saw how much Sergeant Slaughter would spit when he talks.
Yeah.
Like you could see it, you could hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
So for them to pull that out, it's what everyone was thinking as you're cutting a promo with Sergeant Slaughter. It had to be.
Yeah.
So for them to do that, a big fuck you to Sergeant Slaughter. I'm sure he didn't like it going into the back end of that, but it was one of the funniest things. And again, I agree. That is up there with one of the top moments, because it's when you hear DX, that's one of the things.
All right, so it's not just me?
It's not just you. No, absolutely. Right. And I wanted to bring another like new one out for my other pick, but I'm not going to.
What?
I'm going to go back old school.
You're going to tell me about movies, right?
Yeah. Right, but I'm going to go for the third one. And again, it's because it's what I think of. What I think of when I think of
I hope you're going where I think you're going.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
All I said was, I don't know. Oh no! Why are you you're so scared? My heart is so no. I don't understand why. Because I that kind of reaction.
I don't know. Just
so it actually involves one of your heroes, and that's Bret Hart.
Oh no!
And Bret Hart calling them degenerates. And it's a gift you sent me today. And it's them two looking at each other and their jaws dropping and looking back and forth. And them being called degenerates. Because that's, again, the beginning of Degeneration X. And I feel like on that list is what they were. They were so immature. They were so funny. They were so good together. And not only that, at that point, getting on Bret Hart's nerves. Shawn Michaels more than Helmsley, of course. But I think that personifies what DX was in the 90s, was those two being that immature. And I still burned in my memory is Shawn Michaels going like this. It is like he was so worried about it. Like it was everything that DX was in that clip and in that gift that you sent me earlier. So that was another one where I had to put it on their old school.
So
DX.
We made it a huge, because that's 5.
Yes.
We made a huge 5. So there's going to be some pretty substantial runner-ups and honorable mentions.
Yeah, of course.
And we'd be remiss to mention the invasion of WCW.
Of course, yes.
That's one of those ones where you think, I mean, that's up there too. You think DX, them. So it depends on which DX you think of when you hear DX. So we named a lot of the Michaels, the earlier ones.
Yes.
The Michaels Helmsley ones. You kind of left out all of the Helmsley run DX.
But the funny thing is, all right, so off the top of your head, how long do you think DX from Michaels and him to the Outlaws and X-Pac, how long do you think that run was? Just off the top of your head.
You know?
I know. From start to finish.
The original Helmsley era?
The Helmsley era DX and Shawn Michaels and Triple H all together, that whole run.
That's when X-Pac came back after he was 6.
So, I mean, just throw a number out in your head if you thought about it. Like, all right, it was this long. How many years do you think both those runs combined were?
2.
You are dead on.
Yeah, I didn't think
It's 2 years. And that's the thing. 2 years. And the amount of shit that they pulled off in those 2 years and how memorable those 2 years were of events that have happened.
That's the Helmsley era.
That's both. That's from being called Degeneration X, Shawn Michaels and Helmsley, to the end where Helmsley turns and they eventually dissolve DX. It's 2 years. That's it. 2 years is nothing when you think about Degeneration X.
Yeah, because of the way they brought it back several times.
Mm-hmm. They almost had a longer run with Michaels Helmsley in 06 than they did the original 2 runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a stat, man.
Exactly.
That's pretty
It's
good.
pretty
You
crazy.
came prepared. Damn.
But you're talking about
Larry's
two of my
spitting, he's
favorites.
spitting fucking. Holy shit, man. You pulled that one on your ass. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Look at that. He fucking came and he had it. He had a full day to prepare. No, not even, because I didn't come up with this idea until 4:30.
It's pretty late.
Well, I had it earlier, but I didn't text you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, we put out a pretty good show, and you fucking were already prepared because I picked a topic right in your wheelhouse.
Yes.
So I did all of the favorites.
Right down the middle.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Which is good.
Do we have any other ones off the top of your head as far as honorable mention go? Do you have any honorable mention of the new DX, the 06 DX?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
No.
I mean, there you go. Like
06, there's periods from 06 to 2010 that I think I missed.
I was gonna say you were not. Well, that's your break on wrestling, wasn't it? Around that era.
Yeah, that was my college era.
Yeah, so you probably.
So I didn't get to
tuned out
watch a
on that.
lot.
Yeah.
So I got to watch. So I think I picked back up. What year was Undertaker Triple H?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
The first one.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
bad with dates. Like
Kyle, Kyle, we need you.
That's the birth. Kyle or Bill, either one of them. They're really good with that.
Yeah, we have phones too. I could have fucking come prepared with this. But Triple H, Undertaker, when he puts him to sleep with the fucking
Hell's Gate.
fake ass fucking Hell's Gate.
Okay, that's when you were back in.
That's when I remember like starting it again and then going from there.
Okay. I
still watched. But
I
it was
have a
more-
couple. I have a couple. And
All
so I think obviously I put the stand back, then make it impersonating the McMahons in the list, which was funny as hell. But I was at Monday Night Raw when DX was banned from the building because it was in Philly. And they threw a barbecue outside in the parking lot and they took over the production truck and they fucked with Vince's mic. That was really funny. And that's where they drew the chicken on with the telestrator. It says, "I love cock," and Vince in front of Vince's face. That was really funny. The one I probably wanted to put on the list that was teetering, and I said I wanted to put that on, is there is a long shot, and it almost looks like a Scorsese film, how they shot this, because he's walking down the hallway, Vince, and a series of unfortunate events keeps happening to him because of DX. So first he walks out and Dusty's there, and Dusty trying to sell his DVD, his biography on his DVD. Then he walks down and Goldust is standing there, and this is the era where Goldust and Booker T were together, and Goldust was losing his mind, and he's standing there dressed up with a wig on and a dress on and trying to talk to Vince. That's where they send the strippers to him, and he goes oiling up in front of Vince. That's when Vince gets the penis enlarger gift from DX. That whole run, and it's a solid 2.5, 3 minutes of him just walking down the hallway, and stuff keeps fucking happening to him. And that is, for me, really, really well done. So much fun to watch. That's another one in that 06 run, where they pour shit on the Spirit Squad and Vince and Shane was really cool. So all the shit they did with Coach, where they spray painted DX on Coach's ass cheeks when they threw him through the wall. I mean, that run, like I said, is very underrated with DX because they're old then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're old guys. Now it's trying to be cool is the funny thing, not them actually being cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I enjoyed it more. They didn't have to be strip poker in the middle of the ring cool, or you know what I mean, barbecuing giant bratwursts to be cool. Like they made fun of themselves being old and trying to be cool instead, which still was funny. And I think that 06 run, or however long it was, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, but I'm also a big, I'm a big Michaels and Hunter Mark, so I might be in the minority on that one. I might be the only one who thinks that way.
I doubt it. The good thing about wrestling is no matter whatever opinion you have, there's at least one person that shares that opinion in some fashion.
That's true. Yeah.
You're never alone.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's probably a small group at least.
Yeah, there's not like you might not be in the majority,
but
you might be. Who knows? Because some people like me, I feel like a lot of people were like me, where they have that period where they didn't watch.
I know I did. I can't tell you what where it falls, but I had that period as well.
Yeah, because I came back in 11 because I remember the whole Del Rio fucking. That was 2011. So yeah, I probably came back in 2010.
Okay.
So yeah, I probably took a 4-year hiatus almost where I didn't watch regularly. I watched some of the big pay-per-views, but I didn't really know what was going on.
So because we're not doing our regular show where we just talk about what's going on in wrestling.
Yes.
I do want to touch on one thing that's going on in wrestling.
Sure.
And that's this White Rabbit thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like it goes back to old school. It goes back to when we were watching Raw as a kid.
So the one thing, I only did like one of them or two of them.
Okay.
So the one was where the rabbit tried to get into the maze.
Yes.
But it wouldn't let him in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love it. I figured that one out too. I was like, I'm so smart. Look at me. Look at me figuring stuff out.
Is it Bray Wyatt? Do you think it's Bray Wyatt?
Yes.
You think it is?
Yeah.
I think it's not.
Really?
I don't
What do you think it is?
I think it's way too obvious for it to be Bray Wyatt.
What do you think it is?
I don't have a person. I think it's going to be someone that we are not expecting.
But are we going to hate it?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think with this, again, Hunter, and look, we're talking about DX. We're talking about Triple H, Shawn Michaels. These are the guys now running and giving us everything we're seeing on WWE right now. Those two guys are giving us this. This is where it's coming from. It's coming from their heads. They are the end-all, be-all when it comes to creative for WWE now. Everything goes through them. Now, granted, it's not their idea. I'm sure writers had a lot to do with it, but they're in charge of what gets on TV. And this is the most excited, the most interested I've been in any storyline in WWE in the past 15 years, easy. Because it's every week you got people looking for QR codes in background. They're not even watching the promo because they're looking to see if someone's running behind them, or a QR code pops up, or you know what I mean? A code that says 9.23. Like, people are looking into wrestling and watching every bit they can because they don't want to miss some kind of hint to what this White Rabbit is. Like, that's what they have done since July. It's only been since July. And
you don't think it's Bray?
I don't think it's Bray. I think they're doing a very good job alluding to it being Bray.
How long can they drag this out? What if it's Aleister Black?
Again, I really don't believe that either. All right. I mean, I would love it because I feel like
Taker.
You know who said that?
Who?
Tommy Dreamer said that. Today, I was just listening to Busted Open Day, and Tommy Dreamer said that. He said, "What if the White Rabbit is the Undertaker, and he's coming back for one last ride?"
No.
I'm so glad you got that reaction because that's all I was hoping for. What? Yeah. How fucked up is your head right now thinking about that?
No, it's not.
You sure?
Oh my god, did I have it? That's a letdown.
Yeah.
Don't talk
wrestling. Yes. Wrestling. Yes.
What is he coming back for a last ride to do that?
Dude, it's not even a thing. I'm just saying. Let's just put the idea out there.
Well, don't speak into the atmosphere. Dreamer didn't say that.
Although he could be redirecting, Triple H did say that there are people that they are bringing in that no one's even talking about right now. And I feel like the White Rabbit is one of those people. I don't know who it is.
What do you mean that people aren't even talking?
So, like,
about
you know how everyone's talking about Bray Wyatt coming back? Everyone's talking about, oh my God, Charlotte's husband, Andrade, thank you. Him wanting to come back, and Miro unhappy, and Alistair. How people keep talking about people like that. Triple H said there are people that we are talking to that we are going to bring back that no one is talking about, and that's what I think the White Rabbit is. I don't think it's Bray. I think they're doing an amazing job making people think and dropping these little hints.
Who could come back though?
I don't know.
Or
bring in? I shouldn't say bring back. He said bringing in. So now, of course, it could be Bray. All signs are pointing to Bray Wyatt, and that's what they want you to think. And it may be Bray Wyatt. It might be. Like 99% of me feels like yes, I agree. It's Bray, but a part of me feels like it could not.
I'm trying to think of who they could bring in that would be a big name that no one's talking about.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel that it's not Bray. There's a part of me that feels like,
where's The Rock? Yeah, but the video packages, do they have to mean something?
Do they?
I don't know. Don't do that to me. You answer my question with a question? Thanks. My wife now? Jesus. What do you mean, do they?
Do they have to mean something? Why?
Why fuck with here? Why shouldn't they?
Because it's less obvious. It's less obvious. Everything is so obviously pointing to Bray Wyatt. Why do you think it's going just to be Bray Wyatt and be that easy?
Well, what the fuck? I'm not talking about it being Bray Wyatt. Don't the pictures have to mean something, or they just mean nothing? The pictures have to mean something, Jerry.
Of course, they have to mean something. Yeah, you're right. They do mean something.
So they're not going to have anything to do with the person coming in?
I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm not saying that either.
You're confusing me.
I'm just saying that I feel Bray, for obvious reasons, is.
So who else could be dark and ominous? Because it would have to be someone who's dark and ominous. Or no? Maybe they don't.
What? I don't think they have to be dark and ominous. No. This is like the White Rabbit. It could be complete opposite. The White Rabbit is the only light that you see in all these dark messages. So it could be opposite. You never know. Could be Cody. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's fun.
It is.
It's fun to look at. It's fun to see all the hints. I saw someone broke down the code of the last message.
Code of Jericho. Code of Jericho. Oh my God.
But it was the first two lines of Aleister Black's entrance theme in WWE was in the code. So, like, they're dropping these hints on purpose. They're doing these things on purpose to mess with us.
Well, it's Bray and Aleister.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I agree with you. 95%. I'm going to say I believe it's Bray, but there's that 5% in my head. I'm going.
What if it's Bray? Bray with Bill and Vincent.
I would be fucking completely fine with that, but I don't think Bill and Vincent are in on it now.
It'd be great.
It would be.
It'd be great for them.
It would.
It'd be cool for them.
Yeah, it would. Not like we would have access to them anymore.
No, but it would still be cool to see them there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Bill's been there before.
Yeah.
We can get back again.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, but I can't wait to see where the end game goes for this.
I'm interested.
Yep. So that'll do it. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching, and we'll be talking to you very soon. See ya.